Hi students, and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian and I'm streaming to you from beautiful Victoria here in Western Canada. I hope everybody is having an awesome week so far. Welcome Anna, hi Abraham. Real Fake, Zizu. Good to see many students. Carolina, welcome to our chat moderator. Everybody, this is an IELTS listening class. And the topics of today's listening will be registering for the gym and a travel show. This listening, these materials, the audio, the questions, they're brought to you by aehelp.com for academic IELTS. Visit us there. For the general IELTS, check us out at gieltshelp.com. These are our websites. They power these live classes, and they will definitely help you to get a great IELTS score. Students, the academic IELTS website looks like this. We will use this in a moment to listen to the audio. To become a premium member, just simply click this big red button right over there. It's a one-time payment. You get lifetime access. We are an IELTS Test Registration Center, a British Council partner, and an IDP affiliate. We are here to help you succeed. We help thousands of students every single month to pass their IELTS exams. General IELTS students, it's gieltshelp.com. Same idea, click the big red button. You can use the code I gave you in this class, future10, for a 10% discount. And again, it's just a one-time payment. Lifetime access costs between $30 to $50 US, depending on your locality. All right. For those of you who are premium users, I will send you Zoom links for some extra classes in the week for Thursday and Friday. I'm not sure, maybe I haven't sent them so far yet, so don't worry about it. I will get them out to you ASAP, most likely today if you don't have those Zoom links yet. If you don't have them by tomorrow, then send me an email, okay? But I believe I haven't sent them yet, so just hang in there. You will have those Zoom links. So if you are a premium user, then you have these extra classes each week. You can check these classes out if you're not a premium user with this link, what they look like. If you have any questions, you can send me an email, adrian@aehelp.com or admin@aehelp.com. Insta, Academic IELTS Help, over 100,000 followers there, and General IELTS Help. Check those out for some additional videos and materials. All right, everybody. Today until Friday, the classes are listening right now. Part 1, Part 2. Tomorrow we'll do speaking on YouTube. We'll use Zoom for that. And then we'll do task 2 writing for premium users on Thursday, and more speaking on Friday for premium users, and those will be via Zoom for the whole class. Okay, everybody, let's jump into listening. So this is listening. The goal of the class is to do active listening, not passive. Passive listening to English, a lot of you probably do that anyway when you listen to music. Active listening is when you really want to understand what you're listening to. So kind of like when you're watching a movie in English or a show, right? You're visualizing, you're imagining, right? And you're curious. You want to know what's going to happen. So make sure to visualize. Be interested. Participate. Okay. So today, the first listening, it's coming from our second exam in our exam books on the websites. This is called Test 1. The first test is the review test. And in this listening, the first one, a person is applying for a gym membership. So visualize yourself at the gym. Imagine you are there. Imagine that you are excited to work out 3 times, 4 times each week. You're going to hit that treadmill, get that summer bod, going, right? Everybody probably has heard of that expression. You want to get that summer bod going. So imagine, there's another way to say that too. Imagine you are at your local gym getting a membership, asking questions. You are determined to go to the gym 4 times a week for cardio and weights because you want to trim, be healthy, and get a summer body going, right? Also known as the beach body. Right? That's your goal. Okay. So it's true. The more you visualize, the more you imagine the situation, or maybe it's for another purpose. Maybe you want to climb mountains or swim across the ocean. Whatever you desire, that's what you want to do. Carolina says the screen is too big. Is it, Carolina? I can see everything on my end. Okay, maybe I'll make it a little bit smaller, but there on my screen it shows me that you can see everything. Let me know. Abraham's like, yep, powerlifting. All right, so get involved, get excited, okay? Even if you're not a gym goer, if you've never been, that's okay. All right. Okay, everybody. So that's what you want to do now. Let's do the listening. So we're going to answer these questions. We will only listen once, so make sure you answer the questions, pay attention. Don't put the answers in the chat, just so you don't confuse others with wrong answers or misinformation. Put the answers somewhere else, and then we'll go through the answers together afterwards. Okay? All right. So here we go, everyone. Let's do this. We're going to hop back to our website here at aehelp.com. Log in to our My Student account. In the My Student account, we'll open up the audio CDs. There's lots more here, students. There's hundreds of videos for you, full interactive course, and lots more. But for now, let's just get to the audio CDs here. This is going to be CD2 track 1. Let's listen carefully, visualize, answer questions, and then we'll go through the answers together after. Here we go.
This recording is copyrighted by 2 Think One Solutions Inc. and World ESL Tutors. You will hear several different recordings and you will answer questions on what you hear. There will be time given to read the instructions and questions, and you will be given a chance to check your work. The recordings will be played only once. The test is made up of 4 sections. At the end of the test, you will have 10 minutes to transfer your answers to the answer sheet. Now turn to section 1. Listening section 1. You will hear a conversation between 2 men as one of the men buys a gym membership. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 5. You will see that there is an example. This time only, the conversation relating to this question will be played.
Good afternoon. I'm interested in purchasing a gym membership.
Of course, sir. What length of membership are you looking for? We have options ranging from 1 month to 2 years.
Can I get one for 3 months? I don't want to make too much of a commitment.
Of course.
The man says he wants a 3-month membership, so this answer has been indicated for you. Now we shall begin. You should answer the questions as you listen, because you will not hear the recording a second time. Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 5.
Good afternoon. I'm interested in purchasing a gym membership.
Of course, sir. What length of membership are you looking for? We have options ranging from 1 month to 2 years.
Can I get one for 3 months? I don't want to make too much of a commitment.
Of course. Before we can get you started on getting into shape, I'm going to need some personal details from you.
Certainly.
Let's start with your name.
William Bacon.
Bacon spelled the same as the breakfast food?
Yes. B-A-C-O-N.
OK, William. Now I need your residential address.
Oh, please call me Bill. I feel odd being called William.
OK, Bill. So your address then?
Right. I live at 1653 Spooner Street in Liverpool.
Oh, I know that street. My grandmother lived there when I was growing up. The street name is spelled with an A, is it not?
Yes, that's right. Spooner is spelled S-P-O-O-N-A-R.
And your postcode here in Liverpool?
PK387YQ.
TK387YQ?
No, PK387YQ.
Right. Now we need your date of birth.
April 9th, 1980.
And your telephone numbers, starting with your home number.
I don't have a home number, just a mobile number. It is 312 77 8391.
Fine then. Now, do you have any medical issues we should know about, such as asthma?
I have no medical concerns. I am in perfect health as far as I know.
Now, I need to ask you a few questions to find out what type of gym membership fits your lifestyle the best.
There is more than one type of gym membership?
Oh yes, there are a number of different options. We have our most basic membership, which allows you to work out on the machines on the main floor of our town centre facility. Then there is our premium membership, which allows members usage of the machines on the second floor of our town centre facility, as well as access to our third floor lounge.
What is so special about the machines on the second floor?
Nothing really, but our gym is extremely busy, and often the machines on the second floor are the only ones available. However, as I said, they are only open to the premium members.
Tell me about the lounge.
Our lounge is fantastic. The room is big, about 50 feet by 50 feet, and we have 2 large televisions and many comfortable chairs. There is also full bar service and a complimentary snack bar.
You now have some time to look at questions 6 to 10.
Okay, let's look at 6 to 10. Here we go. Okay, there's that premium, there's that basic. Access to lounge, I already know which one that could be. Facilities around England.
Now listen to the rest of the interview and answer questions 6 to 10.
That sounds great. Are there any other membership options?
Yes, there is one more. We call it the Premium Plus membership, and it allows customers to use any of our gym facilities in the country.
So if I go to London or Kent or Newcastle, can I use your gyms there?
Well, yes, but we don't currently operate a gym in Newcastle. We do, however, operate a total of 22 gyms in England, not including this one in Liverpool.
23 gyms, that's impressive. What is the price difference between these memberships?
Well, at your 3-month level, the basic membership is £53. The premium is £84 and the Premium Plus is £95.
That's quite a step up from basic to premium.
Yes, but it's quite good value for the additional services and location options.
I'll have to think this over a bit before I make a decision.
Just so you know, Bill, we are running a promotion right now. If you sign up another person along with yourself, we will give both of you premium memberships for the price of basic memberships.
Wow, that's a great deal. I wonder who I should ask to join with me. Greg loves to work out, but he's already has a gym membership. I could ask Steve, but he's so busy with work all the time. I think I will ask my neighbour Kate. She's been trying to get back into shape after having her baby last autumn.
Wonderful. I will see you soon then.
Yes, you will. Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
It's Mike, and it was a pleasure helping you.
I will hopefully be in tomorrow with Kate. Does 11 work?
No, sorry, I'm not in until midday.
I will see you midday then.
That is the end of section 1. You will now have half a minute to check your answers.
All right, students, use that half minute to check answers. Okay, there are definitely some answers that are fairly easy to check. You just have to be careful about it. All right, everyone, let's go through the answers. So just a couple of tips. Exams after 2020, they don't have section. They have part. They say part 1. These are just small differences. If you have exams that are a little bit older, like this one, totally okay. Just remember these couple of small differences. And the example is not available. Excuse me. In these newer exams, so no example. They just go right into it. I think maybe they realized examples are just a bit confusing for everybody. All right, so let's do this. Students, what is this person's name? Now, one tip is be patient in part 1 with these dictation answers, because they will often give you the answer a couple of times. So it's okay if you don't catch it the first time in many cases. Okay. All right. So his name is William what? He even describes it as the breakfast food. So what is his name? His name, Resham, very good. Resham says his name is William Bacon. As in like the breakfast food, William Bacon. Yes, that is correct. Okay. And what does he like to be called? Bonus question, everybody. What does he like to be called? Can you give me that answer? And this is the active listening part, right? Yeah, very good, Hoping Up. Very good, Sarah. Yeah, he likes to be called Bill. Bill is a nickname for William. Yeah, very good. So it's Bill Bacon, BB. William Bacon. Okay, and where does Mr. William Bacon live? Where does he live? He lives at 1653. Now, numbers are fairly easy to catch, so listen for those numbers. They're helpful. 1650, not Spooner, it's Spoonar. That's right, Hoppin' Up. It's Spoonar. Spoonar Street. And they spell it. They go Spoonar. And he even says it's spelled with an A, right? Spoonar Street. Yeah, very good. And it says Liverpool, so we know exactly where we are in the audio. The postal code. What was the postal code, everybody? Again, dictation. Dictation work is really important in the IELTS exam. In part 1 and part 2, you will have numbers, letters, addresses, card numbers, phone numbers being dictated. So what's the postal code? It's PK 38, yep, 7 YQ. Very good. Yep, for those of you who got that, excellent. And he says, is it TK 387 YQ? And the guy goes, no, it's PK. So they give it to you 3 times, right? Okay. All right. Date of birth, April 9th, 1980. So William is now 45 years old. Yes. And what is his residential number? So his house number. And a lot of people will answer this now to this question. I think a lot of us no longer have residential numbers. So when he says residential number, Tanaka, Tanboy says no number. Yeah, it's no is okay, Tanaka, but to be on the safe side, it should be none. Says, I don't have a residential number. So, none. Yeah, so Resham says not applicable. You could do that. You could just do this too. NA. Not applicable. Yeah, none. Either one of those is good. Okay. All right, mobile number 312-778-391. Medical issues, also none. This kind of helps you too with this one, like none, right? Makes sense? Yes. Okay, so then they talk about some different kinds of memberships. They talk about the basic, the premium, and later they talk about the premium plus. Now, what does the lounge look like? Is it A, B, C, or D? A. Why? Why is it A, everybody? So you should always be able to answer this question if you choose A. A is the correct answer. Why is it A? So why? Why A? Why is it A? Abraham says it's because it's 50 by 50, which means that the shape is a square, right? Not a rectangle. It's got 2 televisions, yeah, and lots of chairs. So we've got the square, we've got TV 1, TV 2, and we can assume these are the lots of chairs. It's the only one with those. Okay. Yes. So pay careful attention. Good job for those of you who got it. Yeah. A it is. Okay. All right. And then here they describe the memberships a little bit more. So we have to match the membership with the correct number. Now, they gave us A. This is just one question. This is only worth 1 mark, everybody. Question 6. So basic is number 3, access to the main floor. And then we realize that C is number 2, which means that this has to be number 1, right? So it's 3, 1, 2. So in your answer sheet for this question in the paper-based exam, you would have this, and then all you would do is you would have B 1, comma, C 2. Okay, just like Abraham in the chat. Very good, Abraham. Resham, that also works. Okay. All right. So just like that, B1, C2. Okay. All right. Very nice. So we have these short answer questions. No more than 2 words, enter a number. How many gyms does the company operate in England? They say it a couple of times in different ways. The correct answer there was how many? 23. Abdurrahman, very nice. Thumbs up. 23 it is. Yep. 23 gyms. Because he says 22 not including this one, which is 23. And then they actually say it. They say, oh, 23 in total. Yeah. What is the cost of the premium membership, everybody? Cost of the premium membership is very good, Tanaka. £84. £84 it is. Who is Bill going to ask to join him at the gym? So he's trying to get a good deal, and they say, well, we can give you a good deal if you get somebody else to join as well. They give the person's name, which is a good answer, and then they also give the relationship. So it's Kate, his neighbor. Yeah, and you could put Kate, Kate, or you could probably also put neighbor. Yep, you just have to spell it right. Okay, I've seen a couple of bad spellings there, so make sure to spell it right. Kate is okay or neighbor's okay. What time is Bill meeting Mike the following day? He wants to meet him in the morning, but then Mike goes, no, Mom, I'm not there in the morning. Very good, at a midday. Yes, so the answer there was midday. You can use all capital letters for your answers or not, but if you don't, you have to use correct capitalization like a big K on Kate. Midday does not need to be capitalized. Okay, it's not a name. All right, everybody, how did you do in that part, in part 1? What was your score? What score did you get for part 1 out of 10? Okay, now if you're going for like a band 6.5 or more, you should be getting 9 or greater for part 1. Okay, so Tanaka, if you got 7, it's on the low side. Dev 5 is definitely on the low side. So if you're getting 5 or less, I don't recommend sitting the IELTS. Okay, until you get more if you're going for 6.5. So if you get less than 5 points in part 1, wait to sit the IELTS exam until you get, I want to say, at least 7 or 8. At least 8. Okay? Otherwise, there's a good chance you will waste your money. If you need a band of 6.5 or more. Okay? Keep that in mind, right? Okay. So let's do this. Okay. Let's do listening part 2. Okay, so again, we're going to just jump back to the website here, and we'll do listening part 2. The difficulty between part 1 and part 2 is quite a big jump. I think it's the biggest jump in the listening section. So part 1 I do think is significantly easier than part 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there's a pretty big jump in difficulty, but you can do it. Just again, pay careful attention, visualize, imagine that you are on this travel show. You are talking about your travels. You probably talk about the weather, the activities, the sights, the sounds of the places where you visit. Okay, so here we go, everyone. Again, all these materials are coming from our websites. This is coming from aehelp.com, which looks like this. And again, if you're liking this and you want lots more lessons like this one, then definitely join the premium version of the course by clicking that big red button there. Let's for general IELTS, it's this one, okay. But let's go back to the audio here, not the success stories. We'll go here, and then we'll start section 2. Here we go. Ready, everybody? Let's do it.
Now turn to section 2. Take some time to look at questions 11 to 16. Listening section 2. You will hear a recording of a travel show about tourism to Calgary, Canada. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 16. Now listen carefully to the interview and answer questions 11 to 16.
Hello, I'm Deborah Sloan and welcome to Hotspots, the travel show that highlights great tourist spots around the world. Today we have a representative from Calgary, Canada, who is going to tell us a little about the city.
Thanks, Deborah. Yes, my name is Robert and I'm going to tell you all about the wonderful city of Calgary.
Sorry, I hate to interrupt, Robert, but can you tell me exactly where Calgary is? I'm sure many of our viewers are wondering.
Sure. Calgary is the largest city in the province of Alberta, which is the second most western province in Canada. Alberta lies directly east of the province of British Columbia, of which Vancouver is a very well-known tourist destination, and directly west of the province of Saskatchewan, of which Regina is the capital. Canada is a very big place, and that is shown by just how far Calgary is from many of the other major Canadian cities. Calgary is over 1,000 kilometres from Vancouver and over 3,400 kilometres from Toronto, Canada's largest city.
Canada is definitely a very spacious country.
Yes, indeed. Well, let me tell you a little about Calgary. Calgary is a beautiful city of approximately 1 million people, situated next to the Rocky Mountains. It is known most, perhaps, for the world-famous Calgary Stampede.
Is that with the cowboys and bull riding?
Yes, and it's held every July in the city. The Stampede attracts more than 1 million visitors each year from all over the world. It is referred to as the greatest outdoor show on earth. Another fact that Calgary is well known for is oil, which was first discovered in the area in 1902. With the boom in oil prices over the past 40 years, Calgary has seen its population grow from 400,000 in 1971 to over 1 million in 2007. In that time period, Calgary was by far the fastest growing city in Canada. Many sports fans will know that Calgary was host to the 1988 Winter Olympics, and to this day Calgary remains a winter activity destination, with several world-class facilities dedicated to many winter sports, from bobsled to curling to speed skating and everything in between. One of Calgary's biggest icons is its hockey team, the Calgary Flames, who play in the National Hockey League, or NHL as it's better known. For they have been one of the more successful teams in the league during their 30 years in Calgary, even winning the coveted Stanley Cup in 1989.
You now have some time to look at questions 17 to 20. Now listen to the rest of the interview and answer questions 17 to 20.
On the cultural side of things, Calgary boasts a number of festivals during the year, including a fringe festival, a comedy festival, as well as the Calgary International Film Festival. Calgary is also home to numerous theatre companies, as well as the Calgary Opera, Alberta Ballet, and the Calgary Philharmonic Orchestra.
Sorry to interrupt again, Robert, but this programme is called Hotspots. So what's the weather like in Calgary? I've heard it's cold.
Yes, in the winter it can be quite cold, but in the summer it is also quite warm, with average summer high temperatures hovering around 23 degrees Celsius, while average winter high temperatures are around -2 degrees and routinely go down to -20. Calgary experiences something quite unique when it comes to the weather. It has these weather fronts called Chinook winds, which can blow through the city in the winter and temporarily raise the temperature by up to 15 degrees Celsius. These Chinook winds can last anywhere from a few hours to a few days, and they are welcomed with open arms by the people of Calgary. Calgary is also one of the sunniest cities in Canada, as well as one of the driest, which makes up for a lot of the cold weather. Honestly though, if you're looking for a winter getaway to a hot spot, as you say, Calgary is not the place to go. But if you are looking for a winter getaway that includes skiing or snowboarding or anything else done best in the cold weather, nobody does it better than Calgary.
Thank you, Robert, for that fascinating look at Calgary.
That is the end of section 2. You will now have half a minute to check your answers.
And again, check those answers in that half minute. You get time to review the next questions. Don't skip to the next questions, just review them. All right, let's go through these answers together, everybody. The amazing city of Calgary. For those of you planning to visit or come to Canada, it's good to find out a little bit about some of the land, some of the geography of Canada, and some of the bigger cities in Canada. If you're coming during the winter, definitely, maybe it's a good idea to visit Calgary, especially if you're into winter sports. All right, everybody. So let's figure out this map here first. So there's 2 questions here, 11 and 12. The question is, what are the 2 provinces directly west and directly east of the province of Alberta. So we're trying to figure out what this province is and what this province is. Okay, and so in here you would put number 11 is something, and then number 12 is something from these choices. So number 11 should be, what do you think? Okay, 11 is D. Very nice, very nice. And now if you know your geography, this is going to be really simple, right? Because you know the answers. IELTS doesn't lie. They try to give you the truth as best as they know. So 11 is D. It's British Columbia. The major city of British Columbia is Vancouver, of course. And then 12 is... Let's see, anybody get it? Abraham, very good. It's B. It's Saskatchewan. Okay. So this is British Columbia, or we often just say BC. And then this is Saskatchewan here. Okay. 11D, 12B. Now, if you didn't get that, check the back of the book. It's got the transcripts. It will show you where that answer came from, but they did clearly describe it. Okay. All right, now here in this pair question here, it's 13 and 14. The question is choose two letters, A to E, that describes 1 million people. So they use this, they say it, right? That's why the quotation mark. They have that little quotation mark there because they're saying it. They say it has 1 million people. So 1 million people is the number used to describe two groups in the recording. Which two does it describe? A, the population of Alberta. B, the population of British Columbia. C, the population of Calgary. The number of visitors to the Calgary Stampede each year, and the number of visitors to Calgary each year. So number 13 here, it's not the population of Alberta. Alberta has got about 2.5 million people. It is not the population of British Columbia. British Columbia's got about 3.5 million people. It is the population of Calgary. Very good. Calgary has over 1 million residents. Yes. And it is also the number of visitors to the Calgary Stampede. So the correct answer here was C and D. Okay. If you got 1, then you'll get 1 correct. So Abdurrahman, you'd get 1 point. Risham, you'd get 1 point. Yeah, no, the event, the Calgary Stampede, just that one event has 1 million visitors. They call it the greatest outdoor show on earth. 1 million people from around the world visit the Calgary Stampede each year with the cowboys and the bull riding. C and D. Okay, students, another paired question here, 15 and 16, two multiple choice questions. Which industry is Calgary well known for? Is it wheat, oil, or natural gas? Very good, B, oil. Very nice, a lot of you got that one, yeah. Yeah, oil has been produced around Calgary. Which of these events did Calgary host? Host means that they had the event there. Was it the Stanley Cup, the Winter Olympics, or Expo 88? Yes, the Winter Olympics. Very good. B it is. Nicely done. A lot of you got that. Yeah, in 1988. The 1988 Winter Olympics. Right? 35 years ago? 37 years ago? Yeah, 37 years ago. Okay. All right. Question 17. Write no more than 2 words and or a number. Average summer highs in Calgary reach how many degrees Celsius? Very good, everyone. That was a quick answer there. It was a 23 degrees Celsius. And now you think that's kind of cold. I know that a lot of people live in places where it's much warmer in the summer, but one part of the summers in Calgary and also in British Columbia in the south is that the sun is very strong, so it feels warmer. Those UV rays are strong. All right, 18 to 20. So 3 answers here. It's a little paragraph. We're completing the information. No more than 2 words and or a number. Average winter highs. So winter high means the warmer weather in Calgary reach minus. That's right, minus 2 degrees. Yeah, be confident. Yeah, minus. Minus. That's how warm it gets in Calgary. Minus. M-I-N-U-S. Minus. 2 degrees. Chinook winds can raise the temperature by up to 15 degrees Celsius and can last anywhere from a few hours to a few what? Yeah, don't write minus 2 because you have 2 degrees here, right? Few days, yes. Calgary is also one of the driest cities in Canada, as well as one of the what? Now they kind of reverse this. It's a very common kind of trick that the audio does in the IELTS. Yeah, sunniest. Very good. S-U-N-N-I-E-S-T. Sunniest. There we go. Up and up. 8 on part 2 is not bad. Up and up says I got 8. 8 on part 2 is not bad. Students, as long as you get like let's say 16 or more for part 1 and part 2, then your listening is pretty good. You should be able to get at least a 6.5 on the IELTS. Okay. Alexanov, 9 is a nice score. Abraham, 17 out of 20. That's good. That's in the right range. Okay, that's what you want. Tanaka, 7 for part 2 is pretty good. It's pretty good. Okay. All right. So students, that's what you need to do. And I hope many of you kind of visualized, imagined yourself visiting Calgary, being at the Stampede, wearing your cowboy hat, your cowboy boots, going to the Olympics, checking out your favorite Olympic sport, whether it's ice skating, figure skating, snowboarding, or hockey. You're visualizing that you're there. Next week, we're going to do part 3 and part 4. Okay, those will be some more challenging parts, but you can do it. And then tomorrow, we're doing speaking. Okay. So tomorrow, everybody, it's speaking, and you will have a chance to speak. We use Zoom together with YouTube to practice speaking. And then for premium students, it's going to be the 8th and the 9th for Task 2 writing and speaking. If you want to join those premium classes for Thursday and Friday as well with just some more interactions, again, go to aehelp.com and gieltshelp.com. aehelp.com is for academic IELTS, and gieltshelp.com is for general IELTS. Academic is aehelp.com. Again, sign up for the premium versions, and if you do that today or tomorrow, send me an email so I can send you the link separately. Okay. All right. So again, the website will look like this when you first land on the home page, and you just click that big red button. General IELTS will look like that. You click that big red button. All right. Students, thank you for joining me in this class. Thank you for listening, for your effort. More interactive classes to come tomorrow. Okay. And speak lots of English. And when you're listening, be active. Be an active listener. Okay, so participate in the listening. When you're watching a TV show or a movie, try to close your eyes and listen carefully. Try to imagine what's happening, and then open your eyes, rewind, and play it again. See if that's actually what happened. Okay. All right, students, I'm Adrian. I'm signing out from beautiful Victoria here in Western Canada. Victoria lies west of Calgary in the beautiful province of British Columbia. It is the capital city of British Columbia. Have a great rest of your day, everyone, and see you tomorrow. Thank you, Carolina, for moderating our class today.